Good morning. Sorry for the delay. I was hoping 93 Zay was just running late. He worked a double shift or something crazy, so he may have not woken back up. So I like to do these lives with a co-host to feed off of their energy, but we'll go for solo for a while and see how it goes. I'm gonna welcome people's conspiracy theories right from the beginning. So I'll just read what I have on the list that I thought would be fun to talk with 93 Zay and others about. It'd be great to, I know, Uncut put out a good video on this. Commissioner Dynamo, everybody's jumping on this. So and rightfully so. Can't blame you, that's for sure. So we'll circle back to all of these. When people watch this later, I realize it's probably smart to tell everyone what we want to talk about. You know, for some reason it disgusts me on a special level, that quote of Jimmy Butler saying, I want to see me get my joy back. And I thought, what about us? What about us fans? Wouldn't we like to see we get our joy back? Is that how you say it when you're in the plural talking about yourselves? We want to see ourselves get our joy back. I just don't sound like an NBA player unless I use improper grammar. I know it's disconnected the way that it's disconnected that our tax dollars pay for schools, but we pay Jimmy Butler's salary. I think we have a right to get our joy back, because watching the NBA is pretty much dread. It's lingering hope to enjoy what you used to enjoy, but a lot of it is dread. Hey, Jimmy, you're getting paid $50 million a year. You live in Miami. You're getting paid to play basketball. Go to a therapist, get your joy. Actually, just get out of the NBA. I'm done with you. But like, we're the ones paying, right? Don't we have a right to some joy? We're not getting paid. We're not getting paid to watch. It's like us complaining that we don't have our joy while we are getting paid to watch. Now, this Warriors trade, as you can imagine, I'm not happy about. I don't really expect much from the Warriors front office. But I tell you what, the excuses that they don't have money, the salary caps, this and that and the other thing. Well, you sure had money when it came to Jimmy Butler all of a sudden, because he's not coming cheap. You know, every time I see Yabusele on the court for the 76ers, I think about the Olympics. And I'm like, Warriors couldn't find $2 million to get him, to get his size. Of course, Jimmy Butler's on the threshold of being too tall to be on the Warriors roster. He's about as tall as he can get. But Jimmy Butler gets the Warriors about as much closer to a championship as me wearing more expensive basketball shoes gets me to playing in the NBA. What a freaking bad investment. Sorry. If anyone actually believes that this is going to do wonders for the Warriors, I'd love to hear why you believe so. Speaking of, does anyone think Draymond Green is better than Kevin Durant? Even at Kevin Durant's worst, whatever bad you want to say about Kevin Durant, does anyone believe that Draymond Green is worth more? Oh, fuck me. I bet that sounds better. Fuck me. What's the matter with me? Hopefully you could hear me that whole time. Let me read some comments, since I've got to show more appreciation to you guys. And I do. Thanks for being here. Let's see who was here first. Gabe Moore. Hey, welcome. Oh, we got a super chat already. And Animaniac says, I couldn't agree more. It's backfiring because the players aren't reliable. Sorry, I don't know why they don't make this easier to read people's comments. Let's go find that super chat. So this is from the Sports Prophet. What up, AOH? Can't believe the whiny crybaby gets $60 million a year. As a Cavs fan, this NBA is a joke. No one talks about good teams, just players. That's kind of true. And man, do the owners even care about players or the teams? Now we got to look at what happened in Dallas and realize that people who are already really rich just wanted to get richer and don't care because they're more interested in gambling money. I mean, is there proof for that? I don't know. It's what makes the most sense so far. And we'll get to the ridiculousness of this idea that the Lakers grew the balls to push LeBron James out. I think we can all put that one to rest now, right? If anyone still thinks that's the case, I'd love to hear that. Uncut Hoops says, at best, a lateral move. Most likely the end of Steph having a title shot. Sad. So speaking of that, that was next on my list. Okay. If I understand correctly, the Warriors gave up a protected first round pick, a 2025 is in next effing year. Steph Curry isn't retiring this season. He's not retiring next season or the next season. Get your first round pick. Get your first round pick. Jimmy Butler's not going to win it. This is not going to work. Just get your damn pick. You've been patient this long. You've shit on this much of Curry's career. And then again, of course, the Warriors haven't drafted well since Curry, Clay, and Draymond. So maybe I shouldn't be that hopeful for what they might have done with next year's draft. But, you got Jimmy Butler, a punk, acting like a punk. And here's the franchise over in San Francisco who allows a punk in Draymond Green to punk both his coach and his teammates. I mean, Draymond Green assaulted Steve Kerr. Draymond Green assaulted teammates, and he's still there. Draymond Green shouldn't be allowed to walk the streets as a free person, much less have a podcast and still be getting paid to play basketball. Oh, so how long until Butler and Draymond get in a fight? Jesus Christ. And Durant didn't come back because of Draymond. I mean, how much has Draymond Green cost that franchise now? Let me get through the rest of my list, and then I'll go back through these comments. Geez, at best a lateral move. It's so true. Good God, at best. Wiggins, slow-mo. I thought everybody was saying what a great fit slow-mo was. Kyle Anderson was. Okay, I already talked about giving up the 2025 protected draft pick. Oh, Mark Williams. So I watched I watched the Mark Williams highlights. Admittedly, I haven't watched Mark Williams prior to that, but I'm not happy with what I saw. Got a 7-foot athletic 250-pound guy who rolls to the hoop, takes off from several feet away, and can finish with a dunk, and is sending people's shots into the stands. Warriors, you couldn't have gotten someone like that. I mean, think about what the Lakers have done. Think about how many moves the Lakers have made and how much money the Lakers have spent. And they still might not be done. They got Luka. In a real world, surely that's the end. How can you possibly have the capability of retaining LeBron James at what he's costing you and bring in Luka? Oh, we're going to go out and get some more people too. We need a center that fits in perfectly. Look at that. Mark Williams. Hey, does he cost what other people cost? No, but when I looked at his highlights, and I understand it's not really fair to look at highlights. You can make a highlight reel out of anyone, but it looked like that would work. It looked like the type of little dish off that both Luka and LeBron would enjoy giving, especially when the guy can finish taking off several feet away from the rim. And looks like he can play some pretty serious defense too, which will help with the lack of defense. The concern about sharing the ball. Well, are they going to be on the floor at the same time? Uncut Hoops brought up something in this morning's video that somehow I hadn't considered including in the topics until just now. Is it possible that LeBron James will be allowed to do to Luka what he's done to everyone else and just reduce them, like Kevin love them? Let's call it Kevin loving, turning him into a shell of him for his former self. Luka is suddenly no more than a role player. Luka has to change the way that Dwayne Wade had to change. That would be pretty interesting. And the final topic that I already said in my members section yesterday, everybody, well, not everybody, but I saw several different outlets saying that this was a sign that franchises are taking the power back. Oh, stop it. There's more evidence that this was actually Rob Pelinka trying desperately to appease LeBron James than it was evidence that they wanted to force LeBron out. I mean, LeBron likes superstars. LeBron likes other people that can score like crazy. And then they went out and they got the big man. And the rest of the roster is great. I don't care what excuses the media puts out there. Most teams would be extremely envious to have those people that are on that roster, especially the ones that used to be starters and are barely even going to get any playing time because, once again, the Lakers bench is that deep. LeBron didn't seem upset. The idea that this is the one time that they're not going to include LeBron James in the decision, the idea that after giving away the entire franchise and absolutely doing anything and everything LeBron James has wanted over the years, suddenly Rob Pelinka is going to stand up to LeBron James. It was fun. It was a fun idea. Don't get me wrong. I entertained the thought and I was like, wow, did he finally have enough? No, people. No. LeBron James is getting a new center. They're retaining the other 7-footers that they have on their roster, and he gets Luka. Let me put this differently. Imagine the Warriors fixing their center problem and adding, we won't even change the center, adding Mark Williams and adding Luka. Anybody gonna make Warriors favorites all of a sudden? I think you might. LeBron gets Luka and a new 7-foot capable center, and people are still going to be like, might need a few more pieces. Let me read some comments, and I'll open up the call line soon. Man, Zay, I'm bummed that you're asleep. I'm assuming you're asleep, but I do hope you're getting some. Do I believe that magnet balls exist? Well, Bronny James made a 3-pointer. That'll make a believer out of most skeptics. I was reading a book that said that, some team, when they were at home games, had deflated balls, slightly deflated balls, because they liked a slower game. And for a rebound to fall close to the rim for the big men, and that the Showtime Lakers preferred a slightly more inflated ball for a big bounce out for them to get on their fast breaks. And this apparently was documented. Can I prove that? No, but hey, I read it in a book, which is a little bit better than reading it on the internet. I guess. Johnny C says Braun will end up in Dallas. Huh. I don't know about that. How did the Lakers wreck everybody without AD and the Clippers shooting so poorly? Well, I will double down on your question and say, how did the Clippers manhandle the Lakers in the previous game? And the Lakers manhandled the Clippers in this game. Now, I have that game recorded from 2 angles, and that'll be a project I'm going to have to finish in the future. But listen, call me a hater, call me a conspiracy theorist. The Clippers called that one in. I mean, my God, that was terrible. Just terrible lack of effort. But why did they choose that game? Why did they choose that game for the lack of effort? I'll tell you what it helps. It helps quiet the narrative that they can't win without AD. Do I believe the conspiracy theory that Dallas traded Luka so they could eventually get a basketball team in Las Vegas and legalize gambling in Texas? So the 2 main elements that support that the owners are gambling people. Well, you can't deny that. And that a good way to get out of a city is to destroy the fan base. Well, they did that too. Those 2 things aren't deniable. Is it undeniable proof? No, but we are all pretty confused about what they did, right? Or most people find it to be strange. Well, here's a couple of explanations that point to something that kind of makes sense. Doesn't mean that that's really what's happening, but geez, it makes more sense than most of it, right? Not to let me. Speam Engine, shout out to Nevermind. Hey, Speam, do you want to join? Let's yeah, I'm reading. David, I caught a little bit of Windhorst, David Mays. I caught a little bit of that Windhorst thing, and exactly that game gave people, la media, exactly what you're saying, the opportunity to say, look, LeBron is still great, which, by the way, he was cheating his ass off. You know, he some nights he looks like he has a fresher dose of steroids, but he's still not playing legal basketball. Nevertheless, did it look better than a lot of his nights? It did. But the other thing that Windhorst was saying in that was, I can tell you, he was saying, like a lot of people were saying, oh, I can tell you that LeBron James did not know. He did not know. And again, the only thing that he provided was his word. Is if Windhorst says it, it has to be true. No one's provided any evidence at all that LeBron James didn't know, other than the fact that he got the news at dinner, which some people have pointed out. Why did he set up going to dinner with his family on that night instead of the normal post-game routine? Anyway, I mean, if people think that LeBron James is an honest person at this point, tell me what consequences there are going to be. This is one of the big problems. There aren't ever any consequences when it turns out that LeBron James was in fact lying. He's been caught many times, and he's had to delete tweets and backtrack things, and whatever comes of it. I mean, his fanboys don't give a shit what he does. I'm waiting for the day that LeBron James actually gets caught, not just accused of rape, but caught on camera in the act, so that it's not even a conspiracy, that it's a woman just trying to get money, and he still will be okay. I'm putting the call-in link up right now. If anyone wants to call in, and let me go through some more comments. Oh, here's Uncut again. What's this say? LeBron didn't know, according to the La Media, who heard it from Shams, who works for Rich Paul, who's the agent for AD. Yeah, I credited you for, in your video, connecting the dots of Shams actually being related to Uncut Hoop. I mean, Clutch Sports. Mick Cousins. It's crazy how many people immediately knew he didn't know. Yeah. Emmanuel Balin. That's kind of crazy to wish for. I didn't wish for anyone to get raped. Is that how it sounds? I guess I should choose something else as the most clear evidence that LeBron James can get away with anything. Animaniac is calling in. Oh, and Wiggins Wick. We'll go with Animaniac. Hey, welcome to the show.
What's going on, English?
Good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I just have a quick conspiracy theory.
Cool.
To get it off my chest.
Yeah.
I believe this whole trade was Adam Silver's hand, has Adam Silver's hand all over it. The league is struggling for ratings. We know the Lakers is the NBA's baby. They are the cash cow. Even when no one wants the Lakers, they feed you the Lakers. If they take Luka, which he is a European player, yes, but he is also a white player who is universally beloved, put him on the Lakers with the other cash cow, the other bum, and it's one way of brainwashing people of, because his jersey's already #1 in sales already for the Lakers, and the Lakers have him for the next 10 years minimum. So I believe Adam Silver's behind all this. The fact that whatever his name is, the GM of the Mavs is trying to make it seem like Anthony Davis is going to be the savior of the Mavs over Luka Doncic, who brought you to the finals. It's just ridiculous to me, and anyone who believes what they're saying is crazy. But I just feel like Adam Silver is desperate, because if you follow the NBA trades the last few years, everyone's been avoiding the Lakers. All the superstars have been avoiding the Lakers. They've been avoiding LeBron. There's rumors that specific teams like Chicago have been neglecting to trade with them, opting to trade DeRozan to Sacramento instead of Lakers. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's Adam Silver's way of bypassing all of that.
Man, that's a good point. I actually meant for that to be on my list, because you're right. A lot of the Lakers couldn't get some superstars when it was up to them, and a lot of people are like, "Well, why didn't the Mavs shop Luka around?" Well,
it doesn't make sense.
If Pelinka and Nico were buddy on this, they're like, "Well, hey, do me a favor, because nobody wants to come play with LeBron. Let's force Luka to come play with LeBron." You're exactly right. You're exactly right. This saves LeBron, because in the future they're going to be like, "Oh, Luka wanted this." Does anyone really think that that's who Luka would have chosen? Someone who plays the same fucking position as him? Exactly. If you're going to go out and play pickup ball, aren't you fantasizing about someone who's going to complement your game, not be a copy of your game?
Facts.
Okay. And I cut you off. Did you have more?
No, you good. You good. Obviously you good. It's your show. But I was just gonna say that if you look at how the Lakers, what did they give up to get Luka? And what they have no assets. They had one draft pick for 2029, and somehow they've gotten Luka, and they've gotten the 7-2 center, and they've got, like, how are they getting all these players in? How is this happening? And are you telling me no other team is able to match any of these offers? Or it just doesn't make any sense to me. You're telling me you have no draft capital. You don't have to give up Austin Reeves. You don't even have to give up Hachimura. You literally just give up a pick, Anthony Davis, who really wasn't. Anthony Davis is the best player on your team, but Anthony Davis himself can't overcome LeBron. He's not popular enough to overcome the financial deficit, and he's not. Go ahead.
Yeah. And when Nico, like, on paper or at face value, saying that defense wins championships, well, that sounds good, but the rest of what Nico said like I've watched that a couple of times now, and it sounds worse every time I listen to it.
You see Jason Kidd next to him, like, are you
Yeah, I don't. And is Mark Williams 7'2"? Because he looks taller than 7 foot, but the listing I saw was 7 foot. But I believe it if he's 7'2".
I've never seen him. I'm only repeating what I've heard from like Ticket TV and from other people who are reporting it.
Yeah, he looks long. He's very long. Yeah. Well, this is still not going to be enough. It'll be amazing when this once again is another chapter in not enough for LeBron James. But hey, I appreciate the support and I appreciate you calling in.
Have a good one, man.
All right. And let's see. We have Wiggins Wick 22. Are you there?
Yo. Yeah, how's it going, man?
All right. Wiggins Wick. Any thoughts on the Warriors losing Wiggins? Do you think that affects them very much?
I'm devastated, man. He's my favorite player, man, in the league. You know,
is that really why you have that name?
Yeah, man. Yeah, because of Wiggins. Yeah.
Really? He's your favorite player?
Yeah, man. He was, I just liked him out of, out of college. I thought he was going to be like a superstar, but, he didn't become a superstar. He shifted, became like almost like a superstar role player. He's second best player on the Warriors. It's going to be tough. I'm going to miss him. But, I think Jimmy Butler, when he's actually like locked in and wants to play basketball, is better than Jimmy. And I just hope that we can be a better team up that. What are your reactions to Jimmy? Because I know you're a Warriors fan.
Oh, I'm disgusted. I'm disgusted.
Oh, you're disgusted. Why is that?
Well, I mean, do they need another star? Yeah, but like Jimmy Butler's just. If you would have asked me maybe 3 years ago, I probably would have had a different answer. I don't like the direction that Jimmy Butler's been going. I don't like all the whining, and I'm just worried that because the Warriors franchise hasn't been able to act like a good parent against a Draymond Green, now they're going to have two spoiled brats pushing around the coaches and the other players. That's not winning basketball. Talented as Jimmy Butler is, this isn't going anywhere. Why spend the money on something that's not going to get it? Is it going to get them a little bit further in this crap season? Okay, good. You're going to end, at number 8 instead of number 10. I don't know. Maybe they'll even make the playoffs. But okay, you tell me. How far are the Warriors going to get with this addition?
With Jimmy.
Yeah.
Low key, I see the ceiling. Like, if I'm being honest, like if we can avoid OKC, then we can probably make the conference finals if we get lucky. Like really, really lucky. Like almost like when the Hawks made the conference finals, like that type of lucky. You get certain matchups. But like being realistic, probably second round at max, probably. Because the West
say you threw in a lot of need to get lucky things.
Yeah.
You can apply that to a lot of teams.
Yeah, for sure.
As long as everything goes absolutely perfectly and we don't go up against anyone good, we'll go far.
Yeah.
Well, so are you a Bay Area person?
No, I just grew up with the Warriors.
Okay.
I watched Steph. Like Steph and the Warriors, like the first team I got into when it came to basketball. I came in around with the KD Warriors era. That's the first time I really started to pay attention to basketball. And the league, they said it's a league, but I enjoy them. It was pretty fun.
All right, answer this. Instead of Butler, they actually get Durant. Which one do you feel better about going further?
Oh, okay. KD easy.
There we go.
KD easy.
And once again, we don't have Durant because of who? Draymond.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe Draymond wasn't there. The KD was there again.
And how about what do you think of my take that if you do for Steph what they're doing for LeBron, give Steph Luka and give Steph Mark Williams, now how far are the Warriors going?
Bro, we're winning it all, bro. We're winning it all, bro. Easy.
Thank you. And yet with LeBron James, the GOAT, we're like, this might not be enough.
No, the one thing that they actually needed was like a good center, and the guy Mark Williams is a good center. He just have like the Lakers should minimum make the finals. Minimum make the finals. You can say with OKC, but OKC aren't really as experienced. experience. You have LeBron. You have Luka experience before. So they really should beat anyone. They should make the finals.
They should. We have another case of LeBron James stacking a team to the extent that it's almost a shoo-in. Not really the behavior of a GOAT in my book. Hey, I'm going to take a
Can I say one thing?
I'm going to take a couple more callers, but I really appreciate you calling in. Sorry about the loss of Wiggins.
All right. Yeah.
All right, man. And I have a super thanks that I need to shout out, and that is Spurs and Lou Williams is out of touch with players and lied about Fox not working with Mike Brown. Yesterday, he praised Bran. FanDuel sucks. I'm going to need some other people to chime in on that. I don't, that whole thing with the Kings got super, super awkward for a while there. And all I know is that De'Aaron Fox, I think, got what he wanted, or at least kind of what he wanted. Okay, wow. Who all do we have waiting here? Jimmy James and Hose. Hose, actually spelled with an H, so I guess it's not Jose. Jimmy James, longtime supporter. I'm going to let you on first. What up?
What's going on?
I know you've got your own conspiracy to share with us, right?
Not really.
No.
Well, actually, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
The one thing I was thinking is like, you know how one of the big critiques on LeBron is that he joined, he had to join all these teams, and that's like kind of a stain on his legacy for the GOAT. But now every player does this. There's no loyal, like the whole loyalty thing is gone, like from the NBA. Like no one's staying together. You have a franchise guy like Luka, and they just ship him off. So it's like, and he was willing to stay there. That's what at least he said. So is this, gonna take that whole argument off the table for thinking people, or for non-thinking people, should I say? Like
let's say that Kevin Durant would have come back to the Warriors, and the biggest criticism would have been, well, see, this just proves you couldn't win on your own. You couldn't win without Steph. Okay, fine. That just makes him the same as the person that you praise as the GOAT, LeBron James. Actually, even still better, because no one has needed more help or ran to get carried more than LeBron James. And he still gets promoted all the time by the NBA. So Kevin Durant, you might as well go win. But Draymond Green blocked that. I mean, you're going to get
Kevin Durant is pretty much in the same category as LeBron with the deck stacking, stars.
What, because of Booker and Beal?
No, I mean from his move to go to the Warriors back in the day.
That's one.
True. So now I guess it's just how many times have you done it, and then you get at least one. Is that how it works?
Yeah. I mean, good point. I'm not trying to praise anybody, but I mean, Jesus Christ, no one's worse about it than LeBron James, and his career is just fine.
I agree with that, but I think it's just, they're going to say, oh, well, this is what you have to do. This is the way the NBA is going now. Like, you have to combine forces to win. Like, that's the only way to do it now. You can't do the old school way of build your team, add some pieces, have 2 stars and then like a bunch of role players. It's just like, how many guys are we willing to pay? And it doesn't even seem to work that much anyway. Like, it's kind of like going back to the old Houston Rockets blueprint of like, let's get Barkley and Pippen and Olajuwon together. That didn't work out. But like, this is kind of what these teams are all doing now. They're getting these old guys in their mid 30s, sticking them all together and like, maybe this will work. But it, come playoff time, then they're hurt, their legs give out on them. It's just kind of a young man's game. It's still, the last old team really to do it was the 98 Bulls, right? Unless I'm mistaken.
The Spurs were pretty old when they beat LeBron.
That's true. Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to let Hose say
that's
his
pretty
piece.
much all I need to say. All right,
yeah, have a good one. Hose. Are you still
Hey,
there?
can you hear me?
Yes,
You
sir.
hear me?
Yes, sir. Go
Salute
for
to you, AOH. I love you with the bottom of my heart. I love all your shows, your content. Salute to you, brother. I got one minor point and one major point. But before I get to that, I have to refute a couple things the other caller just said. I just have to because I'm passionate about this stuff. The first thing is Kevin Durant only joined the Warriors to give LeBron a taste of his own medicine.
Thank you.
That's a fact. That's a
Thank you.
fact.
Thank
And
you.
if LeBron was still on his first journey with the Cavaliers, I'm talking about from 2003. If LeBron was still on the Cavaliers from 2003, I guarantee you right now, Kevin Durant would still be in OKC. I guarantee you that would happen. Okay, LeBron is the one that changed the whole nature of how this game's played and how people make moves, and that's I just had to get that off my chest. Kevin Durant gave LeBron a taste of his own medicine. They weren't going to let this team hopper, CEO jumper, tank your stock and then jump to the next CEO position that's on the rise. You know, like LeBron did 3 or 4 times now, and then we're going.
Right. Oh shit. Lost you mid. Aw. Hey, call back in if you want to finish your sentence. I didn't hang up on you. I don't know what happened. But, you know, like, as he was saying, if LeBron James had stayed in Cleveland for his career and then Kevin Durant still did the weak-ass move that Kevin Durant did, then you can criticize Kevin Durant that harshly. But just like Jose said, it was a taste of LeBron's medicine. And as I've pointed out several times, guess what? LeBron wasn't done. LeBron wasn't done. LeBron was super team building in the offseason in 2017 and 2018. Just because it doesn't always work out doesn't mean that the attempt wasn't there. So, and I've said this to other people. I've said it to Scap Attack, to Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm like, well, what do people want? Everyone to just sit back and let LeBron James continue to stack the deck in his favor and let him steal rings, and no one else can emulate that sort of behavior to try and even it out. And I don't like people doing that, but it's like, well, Adam Silver's allowing it, and we're praising LeBron James for it. So what? Now Kevin Durant is the villain for doing what LeBron James did.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. Now, I just had to get that off my chest. By the way, it's Hoss. You know, you ever hear the phrase, have at it, Hoss? That's my name, Hoss, not Jose, not Hose. It's Hoss.
Jesus, my screen is
It's
terrible.
okay, buddy.
That looks like an E at the end.
Yeah, that's because you're old angry hoops. You can't even see at this point. All right. Now, one other quick point. I got to refute the other caller again. That just isn't even my point. But with respect to Barkley and Pippen getting together, I gotta say this. This is very important. Okay, there was an honor code back in the old days. The honor code was you don't team up with other players until you're old. LeBron did it in his peak, in his prime. These other guys are doing it at their peak. Okay. The honor code back in the 90s and that old era was, okay, you can maybe do it, but you gotta be outside your prime. You gotta be a little bit over the hill to team up. That's what Gary Payton and Karl Malone did with the Lakers.
And I think that they were old enough. Oh, I lost him again. I even think that the old school guys still felt a little bit self-conscious about doing it, even past their primes. Oh, look who it is. Good morning.
Good morning, man.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling this might happen.
Man, I got off last night this morning at 6:30 and went straight into a coma. But I'm up now and I'm ready to talk the shit that the Lakers did to kill the NBA.
Oh man, have you heard much of what's been said already?
I've literally heard nothing, just opened my eyes. I sent you the email. I sent my guy because like everybody was gonna be on watching. And I woke up like, damn, I fell asleep. But I'm ready. I'm ready. What's been going on? I didn't even hear none of the stream. I don't know what's going on. Let me just go ahead, continue. I want to just follow your lead. Go ahead.
Well, we've had a couple of pretty good calls. I'll run down my list. Uncut Hoops added a few things. Let's see. So I said that I was pretty pissed off about the Lakers getting Mark Williams after watching some Mark Williams highlights. I'm like, Warriors could have used that. All right, I'm going to read these quickly. We, the fans, want to get our joy back. Fuck Jimmy Butler's joy, getting paid to play basketball. If that's not enough for you to have your joy, what about us? We're sick of, spoiled brats getting rewarded. What was Jimmy Butler's ultimate punishment? To get to go to the Warriors, still get paid. And I think Jimmy Butler gets the Warriors about as much closer to a championship as me wearing fancier basketball shoes gets me to playing in the NBA. Does anyone, and this is for everyone listening, if you are late and want to send in a chat, does anyone actually think Draymond Green is better than Kevin Durant, even at Durant's worst?
Is that a joke or a real question?
All right, you never know, man. I mean, they're LeBron James fans out there, so you just don't know what people are capable of. Jimmy Butler is a punk who is getting to go to a franchise that has another punk that pushes that franchise around. So I guess he'll be a good fit there. We'll have two punks there now, and Steve Kerr can get shoved around by both of them, and they can take turns punching their teammates.
The dark skin energy is going to be so powerful in Golden State. My God, it's going to be powerful.
Is that going to help them?
I mean, Jimmy's not going to let you punch him and move him around, just how Andrew Wiggins does. When they play LeBron, you kind of get bullied around and, But I think Jimmy should be an upgrade over him. But now they got to play Pod more. They got to play, they got to play Gary Payton more. They got to play Moody.
Hey, I hope they play Moody. Gary Payton more. I know. I seriously, I do. I like him on the floor. I know he's tiny,
but he at least plays D. He's gonna at least get in your face. He's got some of his dad's spirit. He's got some of his dad's spirit in him.
I think he may be small, but how a lot of people in the NBA would just get out of the way of someone driving. I think Gary Payton too would actually try to block LeBron's dunk.
At least try. Not like Karl Anthony Towns. Just give him up the lane. Just give the lane up. Come on.
Exactly. And you're right. Like the things that you said positive about Jimmy Butler, I agree with you. Like he'll go at you a little bit tougher. Is he going to carry that into practice and tell Draymond Green to shut the fuck up when Draymond needs to shut up? And will that turn into a big problem? Or do they both have to just leave each other alone because they're both kind of like that?
I think they'll have a mutual respect for each other. You got to think Jimmy Butler, he might have his issues, but he's not as soft as Kevin Durant. He's not somebody that you could just call a bitch and then he's going to quit. He's going to call you a bitch back. You know what I mean? So I don't think that it's going to be too much of a problem. I think they'll be able to keep, some stuff internally. It's probably going to be more the brass, more the team, they'll try to leak information out. Like, that's kind of crazy that they put that knockout video of Jordan Poole out because, I felt like they were trying to start something, maybe try to get somebody, either one of them traded. But no, I think they'll be all right. I think so. I think they got a mutual kind of respect for each other, in a way. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I think they got a mutual respect. They'll be all right.
Yeah, well, they'll have an understanding. I don't know if I'll call it respect because they're both kind of unrespectable in a lot of ways. But
most definitely
they have an understanding. I guess, but yeah, I mean, I would. But what could Kevin Durant have done? I would like him to have stood up, but like the Warriors basically said, well, we're gonna stand with Draymond.
Yeah, they're gonna stand on loyalty. They at least are loyal. Shit, they at least gonna, it sucks that they let Clay go, but I think
how come half the time it's about loyalty, and the other half of the time, people are quick to say, "Hey, it's a business. This is what happens in a business." I mean, which one is it? Do we owe players, or is it a business?
I think depending on the player, you probably definitely do owe players, but at the same time, it depends on the organization. You know what I mean? Because for Nico to say that for what Nico done, that there's no loyalty to Dallas. That's out the way. If I'm a player, I would not sign with Dallas. I would not put my faith in Dallas in terms of the management. You know, the team, that's different. But in terms of the business side of Dallas, I would be very weary of signing to Dallas because you just don't know. If they're going to trade Luka, they'll trade anybody. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, one conspiracy I heard was that Nico was going to get to ride into the sunset after this because of a side deal, because of the amount of money that eventually the owners are going to get because they're gambling people and want this to go to Vegas. Now, that's a complicated conspiracy theory, but the facts, and we talked about this earlier on the show, the facts are that they are a gambling family, and they have been buying lobbyists in Texas to try and get gambling legalized there. It's not working. If it's not working, then maybe you try and move your franchise to Vegas, where others are trying to move to, where other franchises have in other sports even have moved. Look at half of the Bay Area is now in Vegas. And, and they went through similar things. They betrayed the fans. The stadiums got empty. Well, empty-ish. I mean, the black hole at Raiders games was still pretty full, but then again, it didn't cost you much to get in there. You might as well get drunk there.
Now it's $300 just to enter Allegiant Stadium. Yeah. To sit in section 400.
Hey, let's see if I'm going to take a caller named Fred. And hey, Fred, you got a question?
What's up, chat?
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
You got a question for Zay?
I just wanted to say, man, I totally agree with y'all with the whole Jimmy Butler situation in the league period these days, how there's no honor. I mean, if we talk about the players, how they don't honor contracts, that they team hopping before they hit when they still in their prime or before. And I mean, I was at work the other day during a lunch break, and in the words of Scap, they had some LeBron jock sniffers, and they talking about making all the excuses and everything. LeBron didn't know this, he didn't know this, and the
My
ring
ass.
culture, the ring culture is ridiculous. And I'm like, if it's not about rings, it's not about winning. What is it for? The money, the money, the money. I bring up defense about LeBron, how he slack off one of them. He sit up here and literally told me, well, you don't know the mind of LeBron. LeBron is watching all these other players. He got a strategy with his defense. And if you go look, he know that he did a scouting report. He know that one person he can't shoot. So he looking at the other. I'm like, so he looking mindless, don't know where to go underneath the goal. I mean, they don't go win all the way on offense now. They done scored and he still lagging. Come on, I mean, the whole culture of basketball and the fans is annoying. It makes me not want to watch it. I mean, if it was a new league with just 15-year-olds would be on TV watching, I think I'd rather watch high school. Bitty basketball or something. But y'all have a good one. I just had to get that off my chest. Love what y'all doing, all
Hey,
y'all.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate you,
that.
Uh,
Fred.
all right.
And
Uh,
he reignited something that I said earlier in the show. What about the love? What about our love? Jimmy Butler is getting paid to play basketball, but is concerned about not having joy. What about us as the fans having joy? And people talk about, these players deserve to get paid, as if they aren't getting paid. And what's happened? What has been the result of giving these guys more money? It's been negative. Has it not
yeah,
been a negative result?
yeah, they're playing less games.
So if it
You
gets
know,
worse and worse, the more we pay them, how long are people going to keep up this argument that they need to get paid? They got to get paid.
that's the media who's saying this stuff. They need to put the fans on the panel.
Yeah,
Like,
but
how
how
do
many
you guys
fans
feel
just
about the game?
what percent of fans do you think just repeat the media? Because there's some people out there that think for themselves.
Oh, there's a lot of them. You know why? Because I used to be one of them, especially when I was younger. I was a fanboy just like him. Like, you don't know the mind of LeBron. You don't know.
And why do they say that? Because every single time any mainstream media is on, they are talking about LeBron as one of the smartest players ever. And they don't give any example. But they say it every single time. Lizard Lounge.
Remember Reggie Miller? He's like, oh my God, what a pass. And it's a turnover. He turns the ball over. And then they just stop talking about it, just pretend it didn't happen. Hey, here's the Men in Black flash. You know what I mean? Knock it off. Knock it off. My bad. Sorry, brother. Go ahead.
Not at all. Not at all. Keep going.
It's unbelievable what we're watching. We literally watched. I want to talk about the Luka trade for a second.
Cool.
If they seriously move Luka because they're looking for they're trying to move him, the future, whatever excuses they're giving, why didn't you fleece the Nets? The Nets have 31 draft picks. You could have got Cam Thomas, Cameron Johnson, D'Lo, and 5 to 8 draft picks. You know what I mean? Knock it off. This was about helping the Lakers out. Nico will always have a job in the NFL NBA if he gets fired from the Mavericks because of this fleecing that the Lakers did. There's no way. He will always have a job with the Lakers. They have a 20-year relationship. You were the Nike rep for Kobe, and you have Kobe's agent that is the GM. You will always have a job, Nico, when they run you out of Dallas. That's what he did this for. This is for a future position with the Lakers in case anything goes wrong.
And as long as we're talking about the Lakers-Dallas trade, I've got the Black Mamba up on the screen. God bless AOH and 93 Zay.
Hey.
I appreciate that. Unfortunately, I don't agree with the rest of your comment. He says, finally, the league is back in the hands of the owners. Crack the whip, Pelinka. God bless hardcore basketball. And at the beginning of the show, I said, sorry, there's more evidence that this is Pelinka appeasing LeBron than it's evidence that they're trying to push LeBron out the door. I mean, they've got their new 7+ foot center and Luka Doncic. Gee, how dare you, Pelinka? Wow, you're really treating LeBron like crap.
You're pushing him out the door.
What the fuck does LeBron have to be upset about?
Nothing. Remember, people were saying, "Oh, he might get traded to the." I'm like, dude, he's not going anywhere. Why would he leave to go anywhere? It doesn't make any sense.
You want me to say something positive about Jimmy Butler? I think the Warriors getting Butler helps them more than LeBron would have helped them.
You'd have had a traffic code out there, man.
Oh, man. The Warriors might have gotten to go to the foul line more.
Oh, yeah. They rarely go to the foul line now. You know what I mean?
Haas is back. Okay, I get your name right this time, Haas. You're on. Haas.
Yo.
I've got 2 Haas's. Maybe, I don't know what that means, but I'll try the other Haas. Haas, does this one work?
Yeah, salute. Can you hear me?
Hey, welcome back.
Sir, what's going on?
And salute to you, 93 Zay. I love your show too, 93. Okay, yeah, now I had to refute the other caller, but I want to get to my points, which is I actually like this Luka trade, not because I think it's great for the league or even for the players or even for Luka, but the reason I like it is because this is going to illustrate the deficiencies of LeBron James. Because any other player would win with Luka. Hakeem Olajuwon would win with Luka. Tim Duncan would win with Luka. Michael Jordan would win with Luka. Shaq would win with Luka. All these all-time greats would win with Luka. The reason LeBron will not win a championship this year with Luka is because it will highlight LeBron's deficiencies as a player. LeBron's a one-trick pony. He only does really one thing well, and he cannot coexist with a superstar like Luka on the same basketball court because LeBron cannot diversify.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, that happens a lot to him. But, you know, at least it sounds like he's ending. So we can talk about what he said. Because I wondered if it was possible for LeBron to stoop so low as to turn the superstar Luka into nothing but another role player. Is it possible? Is it possible that they'll just take turns on the court? Is it possible that LeBron James will rest more and just like his little steroid attacks, offensive fouls on the other team will be used less frequently while Luka provides offense? Or will LeBron James's ego get in the way again? Because we've been told for 2 straight seasons that he was handing the reins over to AD, and that did not happen.
Not at all.
So
it's supposed to be AD's team. You could have made this trade for Mark Williams and just kept what you had.
And the exact same people that said that LeBron was handing it over to AD are the same ones that are saying he's handing it over to Luka.
Knock it off. Yeah, he's got. See, the thing is with Luka, Luka's there to close the games. We know that LeBron cannot close a game. A close game and LeBron James does not go together. It does not. So that's what Luka's there for. I think he's there to close out the game. You know, LeBron's gonna do everything he can quarters 1 through 3, and Luka's gonna live in the 4th quarter, and then LeBron's gonna get all the credit. So hey, Luka has no idea what he just like. Luka's on the bench smiling, clapping it up, but he has no idea what he just walked into. For instance, my bad, I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but just like, you know, these guys, he's not from America. You know what I mean? So he has no idea what Hollywood is. The passive aggressiveness of Hollywood. I'm surprised Rui is still on the team because I thought Rui would be out of here by now. The trade deadline's over, right? I didn't see any more trades this morning. But you would think they would have got rid of Rui. The way they shopping him around, they definitely shopped Rui around.
Jeez, I wish the Warriors would have taken him. I think Rui's great.
Most definitely. I would have took Rui. I like Rui a lot, man. It's just that he's Japanese. He has no idea when this is a trade value game. Like, oh, Rui, they're pumping him up. Like, Rui, we need you tonight. We need you. They're trying to build your value up, man. He has no idea.
Well, but how can we say that it's because he's Japanese when American players suffer under LeBron all the time, too? We see everybody just sit there, you know, impotent, closed mouths while they get shit on. Everybody gets shit on for LeBron's sake.
Oh, everybody. Rob Pelinka was just getting shit on. He saved his job. You know,
Rob Pelinka's always trying to save his job because of who. Nothing he does is good enough. I can't wait until this getting Luka also is nothing better than nothing more than you didn't get LeBron any help. You're wasting LeBron's career.
There's no excuses now. Fanboys, get your grease ready. It is.
But I tell you one thing, I'll have to admit that if indeed, as some people are saying, this is just the WWE and Adam Silver's, you know, this is about the drama show. Well, they got us talking. We certainly all bought into it. We're all confused enough that we're like, what in the hell is happening?
Will this help the ratings? Are you going to watch Saturday to watch Luka and LeBron on the court? I'm going to be watching, but will that bring more fans? Will that bring the old fans back? Will that make them pick up that TV remote and turn these games on again?
But that's not the question anymore, is it? The question is, will it create revenue? They don't give a shit about the fans.
Yeah,
as long as they got their revenue.
Oh, now they're getting those international fans over to the Lakers, you know?
Well, that's a good point. That's a pretty good point.
That's what they want. They want people to watch the big market teams. The small market teams are just farming systems for the big market teams until these players are sick of playing there, and then they force them onto a big market.
I'm gonna let
over and over.
I'm gonna let a new caller come in. Hey, people, don't forget to hit up the super thanks. And on 93 Zay's channel, he takes the Cash App. He also has a Patreon channel. Support him there.
Beat the comment section up. Beat the Cash App up. Go ahead.
Welcoming somebody named Braun Stinks.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hello.
I appreciate you guys. Let me get the salutes out of the way. You guys are doing great work. And moving on. I just wanted to talk about basically the theme here, which is LeBron stinks. That's what we're getting at here. So, that's like, but it's a lot deeper than just stacking teams, guys. This guy could have 10 rings, all right? Regardless, his game is just so ugly. Like,
It's
when you look at
ugly.
it's
My
just
God.
like when you watch Jordan, my grandma who's 92, if you say Jordan, she knows. You could just see his aura on the court. The most imitated fadeaway whenever he elevates for that jump shot and his leg kicks out, there's people that are fading away and kicking their leg out just for the aesthetic because of Michael Jordan. But Michael Jordan did it because he elevated so high. That was his natural movement. His whole body was poetry in motion. The way his footwork, the way he would kind of shimmy, the way he would see how LeBron tries to do his little ugly version of the double scoop layup where he has to cradle it right to his chest because he can't bring it around like Dr. J or Mike did. So they always try to do that. I'm not a fan of Kobe, but I respect Kobe because he knows Mike's the GOAT, although he started leaning towards Magic later because he started falling for the false narrative that he's becoming Jordan and then he wants to stray away. Anyhow, he's gone. God bless him. But Jordan is the GOAT. Everyone knows he's the GOAT. It's not because of those little 6 rings. And usually when you have a guy that's the greatest dunker, look at Vince Carter, Zach LaVine. Jordan was the greatest basketball player ever, and the guy was a highlight reel too. Like, that's insane. That's never been done before. And on top of all of that, he's clutch. He can close a game. He plays defense. Like, he's literally, you couldn't script anything better than Michael Jordan. Like, you couldn't script anything. The NBAs can't even script LeBron. If they scripted Jordan, that he would have had a lot more buzzer beaters, a lot more calls. If the NBA protected Jordan, why is it when he came back as 45, they let Nick Anderson strip him? When he actually stripped him, there was a lot of contact on the hand. Okay, obviously eras, but if it was all about protecting Jordan, why didn't they call that and actually protect the Bulls from getting disqualified from that first run? Obviously, he came back and he sweeped them the next year with Shaq because that's just his work ethic, right? So, but that's the thing with LeBron. Let me stack instead of improving. But here's the thing. LeBron could have 10 more rings. He still has 6 losses in the finals, so that's not going to help him. This Luka Doncic thing is beautiful because this is just putting the nail in the coffin when it comes to these debates. Okay, he's got another one on the roster for playing with another top potential 75. So this is even greater. I'm foaming at the mouth just like thinking about all the debates and all the wonderful things you guys are going to come. Just think of the first few games. AOH is going to have a field day with this, and I can't wait for those shorts. Oh, my God. Luka Doncic, the biggest crybaby. We liked him a little because at least he could close games. But wait, when these two bums get on the court and they start crying and they really realize he has to play second fiddle to a guy who can't even walk. And both of these guys like to give up on defensive possessions. They're both going to be crying on the end, and everyone's going to be running back, and Luka's going to he's cut from the same cloth as this bum. So both of these guys are going to be crying. Both of these losers are going to be crying. And then AD, the guy that has all the help now on Dallas, right? He has Derek Lively and he has that Gafford and all these guys towering around him. And Kyrie, he has that ball on a string. Give me a break. Dallas is going to go far, but obviously it was an inside job to get Luka to LA because Luka, you can tell by his little innocent look, he wants to act like he loves Dallas. He wanted to go play with that bum, and he's going to regret it. But here's
Braun stinks. Braun stinks. Take a breath.
Yeah.
We got to respond to you, and I'll let you finish.
Sorry, man. I was getting off it.
No, you're great. You got to call in more. I love it. Zay, I don't think you were on when we talked about how this God damn it, I lost my train of thought. Let's just go back to the LeBron's game. LeBron's game is ugly. He just looks like he's preparing to hurt people whenever he drives the lanes. Like he you know how he palms the ball and lifts his back leg up and he's building his momentum?
Oh my
And
god.
then he thrusts himself forward, smashes into them a couple of times, takes way too many steps, and goes through people. Now, the exact opposite of that was Michael Jordan actually making basketball moves and doing graceful things. Now, you'll appreciate this, LeBron stinks. I broke down the first time each of them were swept, and this was Michael Jordan going against the Celtics, and it was LeBron James going against the Spurs. Now, look, now Michael Jordan is known as, or at least at the time, and maybe in some people's minds, is still known as the greatest dunker ever. How was Michael Jordan scoring on the Celtics? With jump shots, beautiful, beautiful jump shots, jump shot after jump shot after jump shot. Guess what the Spurs strategy was against LeBron James? Stop him from going into the lane. He had nothing fucking else. Nothing else. He's a basketball player, and the only thing he had was being big and being able to jump. And the NBA crowned him as the chosen one. It's gross. It's disrespectful, and basketball has only gotten uglier and uglier in order to support that guy. I'm going to read the super chat from Cash because there's a couple of other ones.
Shout out to Cash for that super chat.
Braun stinks. Call in again later if you want to. Appreciate you. Some great comments there. Cash,
that guy needs his own YouTube channel. He need to be up here with us.
Yeah. If anything, Luka should be insulted being traded to a team that intentionally drafts another player's son as a gimmick. He went from his own team to being another play toy for LeBron and the league. Yeah, but what can he do? You know what? Like, do any of these people just straight up say, man, this is bullshit? You know, I don't want to go play with LeBron. I'm not second fiddle. I don't know, man. I'm not sure anyone says anything that bold.
Kevin Durant did. He said it was toxic. Remember that?
What did he say?
It was a point where they were trying to get KD over there to play with LeBron. And he was like, man, I wouldn't want to play with LeBron. It's just too toxic. The culture around him is too toxic to play for. And that, I was like, wow, KD really said that. Thank God.
Yeah, but that actually is a pretty big comment. That didn't go very far. It didn't go as far as it should have. The media kind of squashed that one.
Yeah, they definitely did. They swept that under the rug. You know, you can't have players like KD saying that, man. But it's true though across the league. So, like, you know, I worked for one of the casinos here in Las Vegas, and I was at the Tank versus Frank fight, and I ran into DeMar DeRozan backstage. You know what I mean? And I asked him straight up. Me and my guy, we asked him. He was like, "Hey, they keep saying you going to the Lakers, bro. Are you going to the Lakers?" He literally, I promise, right hand up to God, he started laughing. Was like, I'm not going over there to be a scapegoat. And then I started to see all the reports going around again that he was going there. And then he ends up going to Sacramento. I was like, wow, they really fucking hate this guy. We know when the Lakers will come to the stadium, I would ask people at Fox. I would ask people at ESPN. I'd be like, man, do you guys really believe this shit? Is this real? And the older guys would say, no, I don't believe he's the GOAT. It's always the young guys, under 30. All the under 30 guys they believe in this because this is all they've seen. The 25 and under, 26 and under. This is all they know is LeBron James. And I feel so bad for him.
I remember the other thing that that caller said that I wanted to come back to, and another caller earlier brought it up, that this was a way for those two franchises to get around the fact that no superstars want to go play with LeBron. Well, what if we don't shop him around? What if we just make the deal? And, you know, I think LeBron knew. I definitely think that LeBron knew. And hey, Luka, you don't get a say in this. We can't get a superstar to willfully come play with LeBron. You're just going.
Hey, no, you can't fight this, Luka. You're going to play with the bum. That's the thing. Like, they said LeBron didn't know. Then they said Rich Paul didn't know. Then the report comes out with Chris Haynes that said Rich Paul did know 48 hours before. But then they say that Nico said that the trade was in the works 3 to 4 weeks ago. So they knew about a month ago about this.
Yeah.
I got to go back and watch the body language of the games and the interviews again, because now I got to see when did AD's body language start to change. You know what I mean? Because they definitely knew about this. This was not a secret. This is not done in the shadows, like they say. I mean, other teams were probably in the dark. The Jazz didn't even know. How do you make a trade and you don't even know what you're trading for? What sense does that make? As a GM, how do you not know what you're orchestrating? That's how I know these Jazz are just a farming team. These guys they're farming teams. The Nets are farming teams. There's no way. How do you explain that? That you have no idea until 30 minutes later. They didn't draft up. Isn't there not some piece of paper that has to get faxed in and signed by everybody saying, hey, this is a part of the trade? Don't you have any time to back out of the trade and say, oh, no, hell no, you guys didn't disclose this? Come on. Knock it off.
The NBA Destroyer said what was on my mind, because I had a feeling that Kevin Durant left a little escape room there. And NBA Destroyer says KD also added that it wasn't LeBron's fault that he's toxic, or did he literally use LeBron James's name, or did he say that it was toxic over there?
I'm about to pull up the article now because they definitely reported it.
All right. Let me throw the call-in link up again.
This was December 8th, 2018. Kevin Durant calls environment playing with LeBron James toxic, says it ventures beyond the basketball court. Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. Go ahead. Now you continue. Hey, I'm just kind of skimming ahead to read the important parts to some, Go ahead, continue.
For how many people are just tuning in? I haven't seen anyone in the chats yet be bold enough to say that Draymond is worth more than Durant to a team.
He said what?
I said I've been waiting to see if anyone would actually be bold enough to claim that Draymond would be more helpful to the Warriors than Durant if they were to get rid of Draymond to have brought in Durant.
Oh, hell no. That's asinine. I mean, see, the thing is, but Draymond, the thing I do like about Draymond is that, at least the old Draymond, man, is that he did kind of bring that Dennis Rodman, that, that somewhat of toughness to the NBA. You know what I mean?
He won't do it against LeBron, though. If the Warriors go up against the Lakers, forget about all that.
Not anymore. He used to be the nutcracker, remember? Draymond used to put them feet to nuts. You know what I mean? Belt to ass, feet to nuts. That's what he used to do. You know what I mean? Draymond used to go ahead.
He's either kicking people in the nuts or licking LeBron's.
Yeah, that's what killed Draymond. Being friends. Once he started smiling and showing his wisdom teeth to LeBron, I knew it was over. I was like, oh yeah, they have to get rid of him. He's showing his wisdom teeth, man. It's over. No. But look at this article. They said KD said so much hype comes from being around LeBron from other people. He has so many fanboys in the media. Even the beat writers just fawn over him. I'm like, we're playing basketball here. It's not even about basketball at certain points. So I get why anybody wouldn't want to be in that environment, because it's toxic, especially when the attention is bullshit attention.
Wow.
Fluff.
Wow.
It's not LeBron's fault at all, he said. Who else's fault would it be, though?
See, why did he have to fucking add that shit at the end?
Yeah, he fucked it up, man. Damn. He said it's the fact that you have so many groupies in the media that love to hang on to every word. Just get out of the way and let us play basketball. End of quote. Wow. He said, if you've got LeBron, you've got to make it all about LeBron.
This is the ultimate test, isn't it? Are they going to still make it about LeBron instead of Luka?
Hell yeah, they're going to make it about LeBron. They're going to say, oh my God, look what Luka's in shape. Oh, don't let Luka lose weight. Oh my God. They're going to be like, LeBron got him on a workout plan. The new, Kanye's workout plan, LeBron's workout plan. That's what they finna put him on. The Balco's gonna be oozing throughout his veins.
Yeah.
The
Hey,
Ozempic
everybody,
is
get
gonna
ready
be-
to see Luka sweat more than he's ever sweat in his life. I got to ask you, man, do you actually think LeBron James is in shape? I understand he's muscular, but the guy looks winded anytime that 2 plays happen in a row on the court without a whistle blowing.
He'd be out there like, God damn it! Blow the whistle.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to see Luka and LeBron go for an actual extended run before I believe anything.
Which is sad, man. Today's NBA players can't play back to backs. They can't run down the court 3, 4, 5 times without a fucking whistle. Knock it off. This NBA is so soft compared to what we know, what we have seen. That is unbelievable. I had one of my guys last night at work was like, I really just think this is really good for LeBron. I really believe in them. I'm like, son, you have no idea. You really believed it. I was like, you're the fan that the NBA is catering to. You're the fan. Because you really believe that every team is trying to win a championship. Not every team is trying to win a fucking championship, man.
Apparently not.
They're not. You can't tell me that.
You can't tell me the Warriors are trying to win one with Jimmy.
Yeah, you're going to be paying them 55, 60 million almost. At 37. Have you not learned from Paul George?
They gave up their 2025 protected first round pick. Fuck.
The Lakers don't have a pick this decade.
Well, they shouldn't. Yet they keep somehow they keep pulling things out. By the way, we should have placed some bets too. If you're supposedly the trade deadline is over, the Lakers are going to keep adding pieces somehow. People just fall in and out of the sky on that bench.
It's unbelievable how they keep getting players and all these exceptions. They got to go deep, and you got to go deep into the dictionary to explain this shit. Sometimes, like we were talking about before, the announcers can't even explain what the hell is going on.
Respond to Cash for me. He says, imagine being Larry Bird and being traded to the Lakers to play on Magic's team and traded for an old Kareem. Think of it in that context. Do you think that is an accurate way to look at what happened to Luka?
Most definitely. Why would you trade your best player to a fucking rival? Remember, it was just rivalry week. They were just saying rivals, the NBA's rivals. Where the fuck are the rivalries?
Yeah.
The NFL, the Packers and the Bears hate each other. Every team in the NFC North hates each other to death. They fight at the games, man. You will get knocked out wearing a Bears jersey in Lambeau Field in the wrong area. You know what I'm saying? This doesn't happen in the NBA.
And I don't know if Luka could be that upset also. I mean, would you rather be in LA or Dallas? Would you rather have the ocean or whatever Texas has?
I mean, no disrespect to Texas, but my God, that sun shine different in LA, man. It definitely shines different, especially out there in that California sun. I'm from the Midwest, man. I got mesmerized by the West Coast, and I ain't left since. I haven't.
It's not as nice as it used to be, but I've been here 35 years, and I remember, to me, every single day of the year was perfect after moving from somewhere else.
Oh, so you've seen it turn into a shithole, huh?
Oh, it's not what it used to be. It's not what it used to be.
Yeah, California's in the shitter, y'all. That's a fact. It is in the shitter. But it's still beautiful to live. You rich? Oh my God. You're in paradise in the West Coast.
Fred is back. Or is he still there? Let me read this. Let me read from Uncut Hoops. They are going to try and force a MJ Kobe type mentorship narrative. I'm sorry. If anyone believes that LeBron James's no defense playing ass is going to teach someone discipline, what the shit? Is that not weird enough in itself? LeBron James and Luka don't play defense, but one of those two no defense playing lazy pieces of shit is going to teach the other one discipline. What? And the media read a stat about Luka. The experiences like 43% blow bys. And he does. He gets blown by. LeBron James gets blown by all the time. And the only way that his stats aren't worse is that usually they don't have him guard anyone at all. That saves LeBron James from getting blown by more than Luka gets blown by.
Hey, LeBron, you're going to guard someone that's 6 inches smaller than you and 50 pounds smaller. I mean,
and never shoots. But Fred, you're back.
Yeah, I'm coming one last time. I got a question this time. How long do y'all believe? I mean, what is going to take for the softest, weakest commissioner of all times to just cave in, step away from all this, the excitement of this, and just being so soft and weak with this player empowerment and get back to giving what the fans want, which is treating basketball with respect. Because if these players, if they really, if you ask me, if they really wanted money and could be concerned with money, they wouldn't have the nerves to say on social media that the fans should be happy. You're talking to the wrong people because we can just easily just tune out, which me and many of us have. I tune in every now and then. You hurting your own pockets by playing like this. It's like, how long y'all think it's going? What is going to take for them to get it in their minds? Peace.
Well, it's going to take a lot longer since he got an extension. Like he's been hurting the league the whole time he's been in, and there was already an opportunity to get rid of him, and instead they gave him an extension. So, again, we old schoolers still think that there's some sort of love of the game involved here. Nope, it's all money. Does anyone think Adam Silver has played basketball in his life when you look at him? No, that dude has sucked the blood out of people's necks more than he's ever dribbled a basketball. What? He's a subhuman, for fucking Christ's sake.
Lord Voldemort.
Lord Voldemort.
Oh my God. Adam Silver has not played basketball. He's ruined the game of basketball. He's ruined the integrity of basketball. He's ruined what fans think of this game. This 3-point shooting is out of control. People are shooting almost 100 threes in a game. Combined more than 100 threes some nights. You know what I mean?
Once again, society is reflected by basketball, or basketball is reflecting society. It's as long as there's money, you can be as big of a piece of shit. Hey, I'm a piece of shit and I made my money by being a piece of shit, but you'll still be regarded highly in this society. And basketball teams, hey, are you trying to win a championship? No, we're willingly a farm team for the Lakers now.
Literally. Giving up your best player to the Lakers for one draft pick, not even a draft pick that you can use this upcoming draft. This draft pick is in 2029. 2029. That is disrespectful, man. That is a fleecing. You know, obviously AD is going to be an improvement to the Dallas Mavericks. We can't knock that. They're going to be the Dallas rebounds. They're going to be the Dallas no points in the paint. But you gave up Luka for nothing in comparison. Nothing.
Lizard Lounge says Adam Silver was a ball boy at Diddy parties.
He was collecting the balls.
Like Expecto Patronum.
Did you want me to shake it for you? I can definitely shake it for you.
Yeah, we need some Patronuses or whatever those are called, protecting the league from Adam Silver. My God.
Oh man, David Stern is rolling over right now, man. He has to be. Rest in peace, David Stern.
No, I'm actually concerned for Jimmy Butler's joy. I from the bottom of my heart, I hope he can get it back. Do people think that? How many people think Jimmy Butler is gonna come out and say that he's got his joy back?
Oh yeah, he's gonna definitely say that. That's the thing. How did this trade go through? Because remember, a couple of days before they were saying Jimmy didn't want to sign an extension in Golden State. What the hell happened? What changed? I haven't listened to anything yet or heard what they're reporting, but have you heard anything about that?
Man, I haven't finished being confused about the thing that I was confused about before the other thing that confused me. I mean, what the fuck is happening?
This stuff makes no sense, man. What do you think about? I see somebody ask about Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks. What do you think about that?
See, I didn't know that until I saw that comment. What do you think about it?
I mean, he's been playing like shit on a shit team. I see something where he's shooting 28% from three. That's not gonna help the Bucks. He's shooting 38% or 38 to 40%, 45% from his field goal percentage. And I don't think that's gonna help the Bucks. He'll play D, but Damian Lillard, man, I don't like Damian Lillard in Milwaukee, man. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
I was telling people before, I was like, bro, Bradley Beal is not a fit for Phoenix. You know what I mean? I just don't believe in these guys who don't play defense. You gotta play defense. At least attempt to play defense in the NBA if you're gonna win. That's just it. You have to.
I remember Damian Lillard saying something about, I have loyalty, and that's enough of a championship for me, back when he was on the Blazers. And I was like, oh, this guy's going to fucking force his way out in a couple of years. These words are meaningless. And that's the sad thing. Usually anything that comes out of these guys' mouths, you might as well not listen to at all.
Yeah, just like Anthony Edwards said, he loves Minnesota. I used to live in Minnesota, man. So I know he going to Gold Room. He's going to these little bars, having fun, dipping in these white girls. He in white girl heaven, man. I just don't think at some point the media is gonna start to manipulate him and get him out of Minnesota. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna end his career in Minnesota. I do not believe it. I do not believe that Zion is gonna finish in New Orleans. I don't know, with Wemby, is Paris gonna get a team? They want to put a team in Paris. They want to go global. They're now saying that maybe Las Vegas might not be a destination for the expansion team. They trying to go to Paris. So we're gonna see, man. I don't think none of these guys on these small market teams are gonna end their career with a small market team. Those days are over.
And no matter how bad the NBA gets, this expansion will mean more revenue, and that's all that matters, right?
Yep. My guy Bucks comment, he said Ant stayed in. He want Ant to stay so bad. He lives in Minnesota. He wants Ant to stay so bad. And I keep telling him, it's not gonna happen, man. The way they just disregarded Cat.
So are people truly love Anthony Edwards, huh?
Oh yeah, they love him in Minnesota, man. He's God in Minnesota. He's the Michael Jordan of Minnesota right now.
Still, I mean? He had 5 of the top 10 worst, dumbest quotes in the last year.
Hey man, those young guys, they love him. The youngins, you're gonna see so many Ant jerseys in Minnesota. Trust me, they don't care. They love them some Ant Man. You know what I mean?
Does your boy is he also concerned about hurting his wrist when he dunks?
That's unbelievable, man. When he chaos said dunking hurts, I'm like, oh my God.
And then he complained about defenses. You're a good player. It's a compliment when you get doubled.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to find a way to beat the double team, man.
Yeah, see, this is all unbelievable. It sounds like we're reading from a fucking parody, a joke about the NBA. And instead it's real life.
That's a fact, man. I wish Kobe was alive. At least, a lot of these guys went to Kobe's camp. None of these guys talk about LeBron's camp. Where's LeBron's camp? LeBron spends $2-3 million on his body, but there's no documentary on how he does it. Wouldn't you this would be a bestseller. This would be a top #1 documentary on Netflix. LeBron, show us your routine. Show us how you remain in such physical shape. How do you jump so high? Show us. But you already know what he's doing. Cheating the game. They're cheating the game.
Well, they'll be able to show us the other parts of it, like his special massages and his sleep chambers and all that stuff, but that doesn't inspire me. Michael Jordan smoking a cigar and having a glass of whiskey and then coming out and beating the shit out of everyone anyway, I find it a little bit more inspiring, to be honest.
Oh man, the Jordan story. Jordan coming into your locker room saying, "Hey, who's guarding me tonight?" Oh, 40. Where is that part of the NBA? That's the part of the NBA that these players need to be like. Hey man, I'm coming right at you tonight. Yeah, it's me and you. Come on.
Remember, he wouldn't even stand up to Dylan Brooks.
No, Dylan Brooks, man, he looked. He came out dressed like a vampire one night, man. Like, come on, man, you scared of Dylan Brooks? What?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't even guard each other that much, but like if Dylan Brooks had done something like that to Michael Jordan would have said, "Everybody get out of the way. He's mine tonight." You know, there wouldn't be any of this excuse making about why Dylan Brooks got the best of, you know, LeBron James because, oh, well, you know, they weren't really matched up that often. Fuck off. Dylan Brooks is intentionally disrespecting you. Do something about it. Don't let people make excuses for why you seem to have backed down.
Yeah, like that's just, you know, you just never back down. Even you go to the park today, there's guys still going to try to guard you, even though they might think that you're a superior player on the court. They're still going to try to guard you. You get better defense or better effort on defense at lifetime. You know what I mean? You get it's unbelievable. These guys are paid millions of dollars.
We got an Aussie writing in.
Hey, shout out to my Aussies, man. I got a lot of Aussies on my page, man. Shout out to the guys.
A while ago, Zay said LeBron wasn't human, and he was right. The guy is a sociopath. He is a sociopath. Glad I caught you guys live. Glad you caught us live also. Yeah, LeBron is something.
Yeah, I'm the NBA Dr. Loomis. We got to get this bum out of here. He's not human. The blackest eyes.
Now, you converted, you said 2018?
Yeah, it was around 2018, 2019. I was just like, I was just disgusted watching him shy away from KD. You got one job. Get KD out of the game. Try your best to stop KD. And you're just letting them come down, shoot threes in your face, neutralize the game, ice the game. Oh, my God. I couldn't take it. I was like, no, this guy's nowhere near to go. Jordan would never.
Yeah.
Jordan would never.
LeBron rarely has a difficult defensive assignment, much less the most difficult defensive assignment. And everybody seems to be okay with that.
Yeah, you remember, this goes back to when he was on the Heat, when Kawhi would check back in the game while he was shooting the free throw. He was like, God damn it.
Look, it's one
thing. Came back in.
It's one thing to just say, hey, well, that's not the person he should be matched up with. But if your team isn't doing well and everyone's criticizing your defense, then if you have a Michael Jordan mindset, then you say, well, look, I'm going to guard the toughest guy. I'm going to help us crawl out of this defensive problem pit. Never, you never hear that come out of LeBron James.
Never. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to be all these great different things. You're supposed to be this guy who can guard 1 through 5. Get out there and guard him. Set the tone for the team. That's why I say the Lakers lost so many games because of his body language.
Cash, did I read it late or did I actually miss it? Tell me what you said. You don't have to super chat again. Just retype it and I'll watch for it.
My bad, Cash. I don't know if we seen it either.
But yeah, you need to get some sleep, and I have to get to my real world. This is my fake world. But we, you know, our channels were created to try and tell the truth and counter the lies. Stop the narratives, as Sports and Fitness Rants would say.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, man. The duo that you didn't know you needed. This is needed. This is, man. what we are doing. We trying to do the Lord's work, y'all. It's not very many that's doing this, man. Especially the channels that get to this level, man. We so thankful for you guys to tune in and listen to us and hear us talk about our disappointment with the game, our disappointment with this bum. Oh my God.
Isn't it funny how we're hated for not sounding like everyone else? I'm like, oh my God, what's up with you guys always talking about this? I'm like, well, how come the channels that suck LeBron off every single day aren't subjected to that same criticism? At least we're different.
Yeah, these guys spit shine his shaft every day.
Here it is.
All these lies. Oh, there you go.
Here's Cash. In regards to Adam Silver and how he treats the players, think of this analogy. You don't feed your kids candy for breakfast just because they want it. You make them eat right so they grow up strong. I agree, and I think I've even said that before. You know, when I heard some of the spoiled brat players like say Adam Silver is the best because we can do whatever we want. You know, we don't have to go to school and we eat candy all day and wear whatever goofy ass outfits we want to wear and eat on the sidelines and bring our cell phones to the games. Yeah, it's great. It's really great.
LeBron eating steak on the bench, man. Drinking wine and eating steak on the bench, man. Knock it off. This would never happen. Never. David Stern would never.
I want to thank 93 Zay for joining. I want to thank everybody who commented, called in, and super chatted. Do not forget to go over to 93 Zay's channel, subscribe, hit him up on the Cash App, check out his Patreon. Some people have told me to create a Patreon for the videos that YouTube blocks. Maybe I will.
Yeah, because you got a membership, right?
I do have a membership, but if it's like the Olympic footage I was breaking down, that'll just get blocked no matter what. So
yeah, you got to go to Patreon, man, where you can actually post freely and they take less money. They only take 10% from you. But you want to separate this stuff from YouTube. YouTube is gonna ride with these corporations, man. They're gonna stifle you. You know what I mean? They're gonna halt your movement. You know, your Patreon is the wave. It's the wave for sure.
All right. Hey, thanks again for joining. Thanks, everybody. And we will catch you on the next live.
Hey, thank you, AOH, for having me on. I'm sorry I was on late, y'all. I was on Life Alert.